Hi there, Virgo. This is Tantric Tarot, and this is your general love tarot reading for the month of April 2019. And I can already tell this is going to be somewhat of a specific reading. So if this does not resonate with you, that's perfectly fine. You can go watch your moon sign or your rising sign, or even your Venus sign for that matter. Or you can check back at a later time, okay? So for those of you that this will resonate for, I am seeing that in your energy, to start off with here, you have the Three of Swords and you have the Eight of Wands reversed. Now, this is clearly indicating that there has been a block in communication due to the fact of someone breaking someone's heart here, okay? And because this is in your energy, I'm going to say that it's your heart that was broken, Virgo, okay? Because that's very obvious here. And you may have taken on the stance of protecting yourself because you have the Eight of Wands reversed here, which is block of communication. So you may have been heartbroken by somebody, and as a result of that, you blocked them on the phone or on social media to where they cannot contact you anymore. Or simply there's a lack of conversation. There's no more conversation. And you do have gentlemen on top of this cease of contact here. And what's interesting is you have on top of your Three of Swords, you have the Fish Lenormand, which means you may have been heartbroken because someone was just speaking to too many people here. The Fish Lenormand is all about talking to numerous people. That's that sort of exchange of information with so many different people. It's kind of the gossip card. So you may have felt like someone was just talking to way too many people. And as a result of this, you had to block them here. Now, I'm also sensing that in the month of April, and this is April's energy, by the way, just remember that, you are still going to be very much, very much exciting to people. You're going to be drawing in attention from others, but still deep down you have this heartbreak here. Now, for some of you, this can be a third-party situation, but I'm not really sensing that. I'm sensing that it was simply, for the majority of you, it was simply a heartbreak, whatever that means for you. Yes, it can be a third party, but it's not always going to be that. But again, this is painful. This is the Three of Swords. This is just pure heartbreak. And because you have the Fish Lenormand on top of this, not only are you going to be receiving a lot of attention in the month of April, because again, it is Aries season. I've been saying that a lot to all of the signs, where whenever we're in Aries season, a lot of people will want to go out and party. They'll want to go out and socialize. They'll want to go out and just date kind of frivolously. So that could be what you're doing in order to heal yourself from this Three of Swords. Because you're like, to hell with you, I'm just going to block you. And this man, by the way, is holding a rose. So I feel like they are reaching out to you, or they're trying to reach out to you. But you have closed the door on this to where you're not allowing them to really get close to you at this time. So your attention is now elsewhere. And again, I'm sensing that they were being a little bit flirtatious to others at the same time. And that, again, could be what was causing this Three of Swords for you. Now, in your overall energy, you have the Two of Discs reversed, and you have the Clouds Lenormand on top of this. So you've been feeling emotionally, Virgo, like you are in a storm, but dawn is breaking, because not only do you have the Clouds Lenormand here, which is all about going through the hard times and the hard storm and being confused, and then you have the sun coming out here and the birds. By the way, there are birds in this depiction here. But you also have, and by the way, the number 6 in the tarot deck is victory. So you are going to be feeling much better after this is all said and done. But you also have the Strength card here. And you have the Stork Lenormand here, which is about awakening. So Virgo, in order to turn a new page for yourself in the month of April, Spirit is saying here to remain strong within yourself and do not let people just bulldoze over your energy, okay? Because you are going to be feeling the sun coming out again, and it is going to be sort of like an emotional rebirth or an emotional awakening of sorts. I was also getting the message here before I even turned on the camera when I was meditating on your spread that this is a specific message for some of you. If you're hanging out with somebody, if you're in someone's presence and you start feeling sick, I don't know why I felt the need to say this, but I feel like someone out there needs to hear this. If you start feeling physically ill around someone, I know that I do because I am very much sensitive to other people's energy. I always have been. Whenever I'm in a relationship with somebody, for example, one of my recent relationships that ended, the man was cheating on me. And I remember every single time I would hang out with him while he was cheating on me, like I didn't know at the time that he was doing that, but I was feeling extremely nauseous around him every single time I would see him. And I thought there was something wrong with me, but I would literally not be able to keep food down around him. And I just wanted to get that out there because if you feel like on some level, you feel like ill or sick around somebody, that might be an indicator that their energy is off and that they're doing something that your soul is actually picking up on and trying to tell you. So that's just a message out there for some people, okay? Especially because you do have the Three of Swords here. I was getting that energy, okay? Now, again, you have strength here. So you are going to be having and receiving the strength that you need to push through this entire situation. Because whenever I see the Strength card, it is divine protection. It is Spirit giving you that strength, and also your soul giving you that strength to really push through this. And you have, again, the Stork, Lenormand on top of this. So no matter what you're going through right now, Virgo, you're going to start seeing things get better for you, okay? But you have been in a this kind of frozen period because you have the Bear Lenormand here and then you have the Hanged Man. There has been a period of time where either it's happening currently or it will be happening in the month of April where you've had to really take a time out. And you may have felt like this person purposely put you in this state of limbo where you did not hear from them and it was very confusing. And you had to, as a result, protect yourself. Now, right next to this, you have the Ten of Wands. So you do feel very burdened by this entire situation. But again, the fact that it's a 10 means that you're coming to the end of this. So if you have been super burdened by love and you have been feeling tired and worn out, you're about to experience a new beginning because this period is about to close. Now, specifically, I am seeing that some of you have children with this person because you have the Child Lenormand on top of your Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands, again, is all about being burdened. So you may feel like you are burdened either as a single mother, as a single father. You feel like perhaps all the weight is on your shoulders. And that leads me back to your overall energy here because you did have the Two of Discs reversed, which is all about trying to maintain balance. And being that it's in reverse, you may feel like you are dropping the ball in some aspects here because it's just been so hectic or it's just been so overwhelming for you. And I'm also seeing here with your overall energy that you have the Five of Cups here and you have communication on top of this. Or this can also be some kind of legality situation because this is the correspondence, Lenormand. You could be receiving some kind of legal issue or, again, legal correspondence in the mail that you have to look over, you have to sign something. And that could be what's bothering you here or placing a heavy burden on your soul here. But with the Five of Cups, you keep looking back. And I feel like for the majority of you, you're looking back on a specific conversation that you had with this person. You may even be going over and over and over, you know, in your mind, thinking about specific words that you said or what they said, or rereading a certain email or a certain text. Or even looking at their social media and just checking up and seeing what they're doing or, you know, what they're saying to other people. Or again, I'm just getting this kind of ruminating energy with the Five of Cups and the letter Lenormand here. And it's almost like you're looking back on this, like what went wrong? Like what could I have said or what did they say that really triggered this entire situation here? But with the Five of Cups, again, it's about being regretful or having having a sense of, I wish I could have done something different, and you keep looking back on this. Or they could even be the ones doing that, okay? This isn't your overall energy. The energy can be vice versa. Now, you do have the Page of Discs here, but you do have two sneaky Lenormands on top of these two last cards at the end of your month. You have the Fox Lenormand and you have the Snake Lenormand. It's interesting because every time I do a spread, these two cards tend to come out together. It's really interesting. I've noticed that. So with the Fox and the Snake, they're very similar energies. And with the Page of Discs, now in this particular tarot deck, this is a baby here. So for some of you, again, back to having children with this person, you can feel, or you may be feeling like they're being sneaky or manipulative with regards to the children. But for others of you, I feel like they perhaps even promised you something. And that's also being reiterated by your romance angel cards, which I'll get into in a second. But the Page of Discs is an offer, but it's an immature offer. It's not really the best offer. It's like a minimal offer. And because you have the Fox on top of this, they may have been feeling like they can win you over with this minimal offer, or like they again have been manipulative and they just kind of gave you the bare minimum here. But you do end April with the Five of Wands, which is about conflict, and then you have the Snake Lenormand clarifying this. So towards the end of April, Virgo, just be aware of people around you that want to pick fights with you, and people that are just outright lying to your face about even a new offer or a new relationship, or somehow turning the page here, literally the Page of Discs, and trying to act like they want something new, but really it's going to lead you to conflict because this person's acting like the Snake and the Fox. That's not really genuine energy, okay? And I did pull some extra cards for you. Now, I feel like for the majority of Virgos out there, because you're so burdened by love, you're going to really take yourself out of the arena because you have a lot going on in your career and in your own life. Because you have the Seven of Pentacles here, you have the Emperor, you have the Ace of Discs, and you have the Chariot reversed, but then you end with the Sun. Now, in terms of your own life, Virgo, you're working on something. You're working on the Seven of Discs, which is your harvest. And because it's a disc energy, that's something that you can really materialistically see in your life. So I feel like because you're dealing with all of this, you're going to be refocused on either your career or your schooling, or just putting the energy back on yourself in order to plant something brand new for you. And you're taking on the Emperor energy, which is about regaining control in your life. But I am sensing for some of you, you're dealing with an Emperor because you also have the Emperor in your romance angel spread over here. So again, you could be dealing with someone that is trying to gain power over you, or trying to manipulate a situation here. And you do have the Ace of Discs. So this is beautiful, especially with the Sun, because you're going to start seeing strides in your own life, and you are going to be receiving something that happens in the month of April where you literally, I'm just getting a feeling of relief. Like, and this is like a financial relief, because you're going to be escalating to the next step of your career. You're going to be rising to the next step of your career and getting stuff done, really. But it's after a period of feeling like you've been stalling. Now, because the Chariot is reversed with the Ace of Discs, I feel like you are just sick and tired of waiting, because it's like you've been on the side of the road with a flat tire. But this Ace of Discs is coming through. For some of you, it might take a while with the Chariot being reversed. You might see a hiccup at first, but after this, it's going to lead to the Sun. So just keep persevering. Just keep pushing through with this. Because again, you do end with the Sun, which is happiness and success. And to clarify these cards, you actually have the Rider, which is a brand new beginning. It's very similar to the Fool card, which is really just saying to hell with everything that you've been through in the past. and you're going to start a brand new journey by yourself. And you also have the growth tree. So this is going to be very prosperous for you. But again, you had the Seven of Pentacles, which is very similar to the growth tree. You have to plant now, or you have been planting, and now your roots are growing. And then you have the Book Lenormand here, which is about studying. So some of you are going back to school, or you are graduating, or you are researching something within your field or your job that is going to lead to the sun, that is going to lead you to more prosperity. I'm really not sensing a romantic feeling from these cards. I feel like you're just going to be, again, starting a new chapter for yourself after blocking this individual here, okay? Or after ceasing contact with this person, because they might be the one that's not reaching out to you anymore. Now, for your romance angel cards, how you're feeling about this person is, again, you have the Children Lenormand. Now, not all of you have children, but for those of you that do, you're feeling like this person was the King of Wands. They may be a good father or a good mother, because they are showing up in the upright position. But you also have the Soulmate card reversed, and then you have the Queen of Wands. So you had the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, which is a couple here in the same element. But the fact that you have the Soulmate reversed, it's almost like someone is seeing the other person for who they really are, or you're seeing them as just simply not being right for you, like you thought they were your soulmate, but really they're not. And how they're viewing you is they have chemistry reversed, and the Emperor and the Three of Swords. Now the Emperor is about control, domination. With the Three of Swords, it can be a third-party situation or just plain heartbreak, which you had here. But the chemistry is running out. I feel like there's something that happened where it's like the chemistry was just turned off like a faucet. And you also have Wedding reversed and the Five of Pentacles here. Someone may have actually even called off an engagement or called off a wedding, or just decided to back out of something here. And it left the other person with the feeling of the Five of Pentacles, which is being casted out, rejected, and feeling that awful sense of lack. And again, you have the Five of Cups here, which is very similar to the Five of Pentacles. But again, Virgo, really, you're ending with the Sun. So don't despair if you are going through this. You don't need people that are causing this for you anyway, with the Five of Wands and the Snake and the Fox. I mean, you have your own Ace of Discs coming. You don't need to wait for someone that's just bringing you the Page of Discs. That is the bare minimum here, especially when they have the Fox Lenormand clarifying this after a heavy burden. It's not something that you really need, because you're making this happen for yourself with the Sun and the Ace of Discs. And again, you have the growth tree, the Rider, and the Book. So you need to really study things right now, and plant. If there's anything that you want to start new in terms of like a new business, a new idea, a new creative hobby, now is the perfect time to do that, especially in Aries season, where you have a lot of passion flowing through you and you have that spark of energy that's about to be lit for you. Okay? And speaking of, starting a passion and, having that fire within you, you have the Sun here. I mean, with the Ace of Discs and the Sun, I feel like there's going to be something that you're going to be accomplishing in April or starting in April that's going to lead you to a lot of money, okay? Or just a feeling of happiness, something that you can really do on a daily basis that's going to bring you or fulfill your heart. Okay, and just watch out for people that want to start-ish with you towards the end of this month, okay? I feel like the word backlash is coming to me right now. So that may be the end of Aries season, where people are just getting out their frustrations on you. So if you feel like you have to block certain people or cease contact with certain people, that's what Spirit is saying here, okay? So that's what I'm seeing for your month of April, Virgo. I truly hope this helped you. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you all next month. Bye-bye.